Who's Tarapos?
You are live.
Welcome to another week of Two Junkies, One Podcast. Nick is back with us today, the actual Nick who contributes to society.
Oh.
And yeah, so thanks for tuning in if you are. What?
I think he meant me.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
It's like,
That's-
who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah, he would never do that to you. That's my friend Dan.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Dan.
I think,
Fuck yourself.
kind of.
All right. So how's it been going with you? You've missed the past 2 weeks.
I have. I mean, I had a rough couple of weeks, but I'm back at it. Back to feeling a little bit better. Got some shit to talk
why
about.
don't you just not be depressed?
Thanks, dude. Thanks, Ariel.
So yeah, we have this person that we work with, and
Ugh.
and anytime someone's like in a depressive state or
Where do you
sad,
guys work?
no,
I mean, what do you guys do for work?
we sling vapes and nicotine to people already addicted to nicotine. It's pretty easy. But yeah, so, and she's always just like, why don't you just stop being depressed? She always tells me, she's like, why don't you just drink a little bit and stop? Yeah, she always says that to me.
Just drink a little bit?
Yeah, and my boss goes, Ariel, that's not how it works. And she's like, I mean, like, but I have an addictive personality and I can do it. And at that point is when I just stop.
No, she does not control it. She doesn't control it. That's the best part. She thinks she's doing great, but she's not. But that's not my place to say, so I don't.
Yeah,
No, it's not.
No. Did you watch the AMAs?
I did not. I'm not much into. You've heard the music that I listen to.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I didn't watch the AMAs, but like I heard some pretty interesting stuff, and some things that were kind of big. One thing that kind of I don't know how I feel about. Who do you think won Artist of the Decade? Who would you pick for Artist of the Decade? Because it's
Oof.
all
Fucking-
time, like the best of the past.
Decade?
Yeah.
I can name like 3 artists off the top of my head, buddy. And
Oh
the
yeah, I
people
forgot because you
yeah,
don't listen to music.
I mean, I listen to.
You don't
I
listen to mainstream
No, I don't.
music.
Yeah, the
Um,
Dead South. I don't know, man.
Taylor Swift
Oh,
won Artist of the Decade.
yeah. They were probably just like
What does that even mean?
they were probably just paying her back.
For
Listen, Taylor, let me hold this mic for a second.
no, I think like Kanye blew the fuck up. He was big, but he's gotten bigger and more in the limelight. Like I feel like
Well,
he could have
yeah,
got
but
it.
for a different reason than for being a good artist.
Yes and no. He had a lot of problems, of course, in the media, but he also made great music.
I think he's a better producer than he is a actual like songs that he's in.
True.
Yeah.
But his albums are better than any of the features because just the production value alone sets it apart. And then having him on it kind of adds to it. What does that mean?
The fucking Troll single that he released.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Another thing that happened at the AMAs was Post Malone performed his song that he has with Ozzy Osbourne there.
Don't you? Sorry, I think that this is crazy that like people that are younger than us
Mhm.
only know Ozzy because of Post Malone, and they're probably saying, "Wow, he's such a nice guy," singing like giving this.
Well, they
old
were.
guy.
There was a bunch of tweets.
Really?
There's a bunch of tweets. I think that most of them, I hope, were just trolling. But there's a lot. There's like, see, this is why I like Post Malone because he's like shedding light on these unrecognized people. And I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up, man. It's the man.
I'm 14 and this is deep.
Just like the saddest shit. And like Ozzy Osbourne, I'm glad that I stopped doing drugs when I did. Because Ozzy's fucked.
Yeah, I think it's funny that when he talks, he's incoherent, but still when he sings, you can understand him.
Yeah, so that's all that he knows.
Yeah.
All he knows is music, and like, cause like in the performance, he was singing great. Like it was good. It was fucking Ozzy. But then whenever Post Malone started rapping, he's just an old rock star. So I kind of expected something to this, but he wasn't standing up. He was just sitting in like a throne the entire fucking time, or like a black couch. And like whenever Post Malone and Travis Scott started to perform, he's just like sitting there, just like looking out and just like the dumbest shit. And like he probably thought he was like putting on a fucking show in his head.
He's old.
I get it, but like even back then, whenever he was on the stage,
Grandpa gonna break his hip.
as when the sitting down, like makes sense. He's old, but like the fucking waving, it looked ridiculous and it was funny. It was a good performance, but
Does Sharon Osbourne look like a Karen to you?
she is a fucking Karen.
I was gonna say, she's like an original Karen.
She is.
She's had that haircut since like the 90s.
She is Karen.
She speak to your manager type.
But her on American Idol, she used to like get on Simon Cowell for a lot of shit. It was great. I used to love it. The old ones, dude, it was
Talking
great.
to X Factor.
Huh?
She was on X Factor. I don't think she was.
No, she was on American Idol.
She was on both.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was one of the OGs on American Idol.
I still remember Clay Aiken and Ruben Studdard.
Or there's the hosts.
No.
You're a host.
No, those were contestants.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that now.
Yeah.
I don't remember it because my parents used to watch it, and I would be in bed, and I would sit in the hallway and try and watch it. Did you? Have you? Yeah, I mean, you had to. I know that like you don't know a lot of pop culture shit, but this was even out of pop culture because it was just so out of nowhere. Nothing. There was no previous beef or anything, but then Nick Cannon,
Had Eminem.
yeah, had that diss track about Eminem
Yeah.
for like no reason. Like I get that like Mariah Carey was a thing,
Yeah, that's what it was all about.
but that was like fucking years ago.
Well, I think what it was Eminem made a song that had Mariah Carey's name in it, and then Nick Cannon did a diss track, and then Eminem just fucked him.
No, the best Eminem, because like, did you hear the diss track?
I think, yeah, I did.
You did?
Yeah, a while ago though.
No, this was like past week or so.
What?
This is new stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a new diss track. It came out of nowhere. Like the beef was a while ago.
yeah, but yeah, they had Eminem did a diss track on Nick Cannon.
Yes.
A while ago. That's
while
what I
ago.
heard.
Yeah.
I don't know about the new shit.
This is a new diss track. They came out of nowhere. He dropped it for no reason.
He
And
finally got the one song written.
yeah, it took him that long that he was just like, all right, here it is. And it was so atrocious.
Yeah.
Like I wrote down some like the lyrics. So we have call Kim, somebody get Haley, and that other kid you raising that ain't even your baby. He's dissing Eminem for raising an adopted child. That's
my
the
brother.
diss.
Who's Marissa Searcy?
That's my brother. Yeah.
That's your brother,
Yeah. On my mom's.
Marissa?
On my mom's. Yeah, so we usually stream on Facebook, Charlie, and we're trying it on YouTube now. So
Yeah. Why don't you start a stream?
yeah. Leave that cult. No, don't leave that
Really
cult.
like
It's
Joe
helping
Rogan.
you a lot.
Yep.
Oh, I am just like Joe Rogan. We have the respect of Joe Rogan.
You're like Joe Rogan in the sense that like he did a bunch of drugs.
And now the podcast.
No, it was a podcast. Just one's doing a little bit better, but yeah. All right, but yeah. So AMAs,
Yeah.
Ozzy, and Post Malone.
Yeah.
Anything else with this? You sound like you were going somewhere
What Post
before.
Malone I mean, what Ozzy song? Is this
It's not an Ozzy song.
Yeah, that's yours.
Post Malone
Yes.
came out with a song with Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, was he do like a chorus or something?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he just sings the chorus. So they performed that, and Travis Scott was there.
Oh, okay.
And
Travis Scott's everywhere.
Travis Scott's a dope dude.
Who's Travis Scott?
Ass. A rapper.
Sorry.
But yeah,
Travis Swift experience.
Elon Musk says he wants to come on. Your brother's funny.
Yeah.
If your brother just raves this entire time, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. So I almost, not almost, I wasn't going to get scammed, but if I was a little bit like, I guess, hornier, I could have gotten scammed earlier today.
What would the scam have been? I get.
They even have my credit card info.
Why do they have your credit card information?
Because for that site, so
You have to pay?
yes,
You have to pay to say
Yes,
that you're not a pedophile?
and people actually do it.
That's
the
so
funny thing.
stupid.
So I was on Grindr,
Yeah, I was wondering what you're gonna. I was on a.
and there was this very attractive female, and we were messaging back and forth, and she's like, has this whole spiel about how she was beat and like scared to meet up with people and whatnot. And she asked me to go on this site, and it does a background check, and it lets people know if you are a past offender or anything like that. The site's got like a AOS. It starts with AOS and then some abbreviations and whatnot. And I immediately knew it was a scam, but I thought I would look at it anyway. I typed in AOS to Google, and it literally means Asian outsourcing services. And this is how stupid I am. I thought that Asians were using Americans to commit scams. And I literally heard one half of my brain tell the other half that I'm fucking retarded. It was like, no, that's not it. And the only reason I thought that is because I wanted to believe so bad that this attractive female that I was that close to getting laid, but she just got wrapped up with the Asians, and I couldn't.
Travis, no. Oh, buddy, no.
No, what?
That's so fucking stupid.
These are like, they're not thoughts that like I think for a long time, but they're like glimpses of thoughts that come in. I'm just like, you're fucking stupid. Get back in there.
I can save you.
Where is she? I have a particular set of skills.
Oh man, no. God.
Yeah. So that was my day after taking someone to the airport. I was just like, I'm gonna get laid. Didn't get laid. Never get laid.
Almost went on a white knight mission though. You're trying to save her. Trying to save her from the scam.
No. If she was like wrapped up with Asians, that's her doing.
All right.
Not gonna white knight for anybody. Morgan moved though. That was sad.
Yeah.
That bummed me out.
Yeah.
When I went over to her house to move the stuff, I was pretty sad. I was kind of in tears. And then Nick showed up, and I was like, I ain't no bitch.
You gotta look good in front of your sponsee. Oh.
Oh, my brother says you look like Kid Anakin from Star Wars
Says
prequels.
you look like that.
I do. Huh. With a beard? Oh, that's fine. Glad you tuned in, though, Charlie.
So back on this Eminem diss.
All right.
So I told you the one about
Say it again, because I wasn't paying attention.
So I noticed. So I was just trying to power through for them. Nick Cannon in the diss track makes fun of Eminem for raising an adopted baby. Like that was one of his bars. It's fucking trash. Of that, right? And then, which I looked this up and I couldn't really find anything about this next line. But the line is, I heard your chauffeur has a video of you sucking a cock. And I looked it up and I couldn't find anything about this story. So just like, wow, okay.
That's why you heard it.
Yeah, but like that's fucking weird. So then it's like a 4-minute thing. He's got some other dude on it, and like a couple days go by, and Eminem just hasn't said anything. Like he's just like, it's not worth it. I already
Yeah.
did my thing. Like this is
Yeah.
it, and like nothing had happened before then to make it
Well,
happen, so he wasn't
I
aware.
mean, if you want to be relevant, like if you're like Nick Cannon's not unknown, but he's not known anymore, really.
He's not a rapper.
Yeah, but he likes to think he is. But anyway, you release a diss track on Eminem and hope that he bites back.
I feel like
'Cause
I
you'll
feel
get
like
a shit
Eminem
ton of-
is, for one, I like to hope that he's smarter than that. But
He wasn't
also,
with MGK.
that's not why MGK was doing that.
Huh?
You think MGK was doing it to get relevant? MGK was already relevant. He was big.
He was doing it bigger. You don't. I mean, I think that all these.
And Eminem started that. Eminem dissed MGK years after an incident. Eminem dissed MGK, and then MGK made a diss track. And then,
well, no. Originally, MGK dissed Eminem years before all this. He was talking about Eminem's baby.
yes, that's not a diss.
Talked about Eminem's kid in one of his songs.
Yeah, and he also did something inappropriate to Haley and said shit in an interview. But then years later, Eminem makes this diss track.
Yeah, but don't you
MGK
think
was
that
actually was in that kind of like family almost. Like they had a relationship before.
Well, I don't know. My thought was the years before Eminem released this whole thing that MGK said that in his song to try to get Eminem to bite back so that he could be.
I mean, maybe, but also MGK's been he's been a thing.
Okay.
Yeah. But then so Eminem doesn't say anything, tweet anything, do anything. And then a couple days later he tweets all that he says. He doesn't try and diss him back. He just says, "You mad, bro? Stop lying on my dick. I never had a chauffeur, you bougie fuck." That's it. That's all it's been. I think he tweeted one more thing, just like passive aggressively. He said something about him being his daddy, but didn't say "you're my daddy." He said something. Son. I can't remember, but that was fucking interesting to see randomly happening. And Nick Cannon's getting a bunch of shit, and there's a hashtag, I think it's RIP Nick Cannon, trending on Twitter, and we've got some rappers that have like spoken out about how shitty it was, and Joyner Lucas, who has become a little bit closer with Eminem because they've done a couple songs together. He was on Kill Shot or Kamikaze. Joyner Lucas was in one of the songs, and he tweeted, "Hey Nick Cannon, you better stop rap jumping my bro Marshall before me, 50, Royce, Crooked Eye, Loyal Banks, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Logic, Tech Nine, Big Sean, and King Los get busty on your ass." Not sure what that means. Like, I assume that it's a threat, like, hey, we're gonna come beat you up.
I like to think it's like Busta Rhymes.
Not even get busty, get busy on your ass. Sounds a little fucking weird, but like, all right.
The whole just pop culture thing is weird to me, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just all
It's
I think
interesting.
it's all just a ploy. All personas.
I mean, yes, but also no at the same time.
Well, it starts off as a persona until they live it for so long, they just don't know what's what. That's why all celebrities are just fucking weird and insane.
I mean, I think that being in the limelight in general kind of turns you into that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how I'd feel if everybody knew who I was and I was like, people were listening to something that I did for hours at a time.
It's gonna happen, buddy.
Maybe. We'll see. Have you heard of Joyner Lucas?
I saw him on the music video, Eminem's music video.
Okay.
That weird ass music video.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
But so you know about him a little bit. What do you think?
I
Do you
mean,
like
what
him?
It was just talking about copycats, basically.
Do you like him? Have you heard any
That's
of
the
his?
only thing I've heard.
Oh,
By him.
I liked a couple of his songs.
The only rappers I know that are modern that I kind of like are Knight Lavelle,
Yeah.
Tom McDonald.
Yeah.
Yep. And ASAP
You also which one?
Rocky.
Oh.
Yeah.
You also just learned about NF.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trash.
I mean, so off topic, I was at a meeting last night, and not gonna break anyone's anonymity, but I saw somebody there that I haven't seen in a couple months, and they weighed like 100 pounds, a good 100 pounds less than when I saw them a couple months ago. Yeah, it was sad. Like brink of psychosis and everything. Yeah, I like fucking with people in psychosis. Or at least I want to. That's the first reaction I have to fight off. Is when someone approaches me in psychosis, is just to like not go with it.
That's so fucked.
I know. So like, and this happened. Someone was coming over to the house, and they thought people were following them. And my first reaction to fight off is, dude, they were just here looking for you. And when they freak out and try and leave, I'd be like, dude, you can't go through the back or front door. Like, and then just say some bizarre shit to see if they would do it. Like, you gotta go through the chimney. I don't do it, of course.
Well, I
but
mean, yeah. I mean, I kind of did that to one of my friends back in Myrtle Beach. I gave him acid for the first time, and like I was hanging out with him, and he had always wanted to try it. So I was like, here, you don't gotta give me anything for it. Like I got it for cheap anyway. It's good stuff, but here, and he took it, and like an hour later, I'm chilling with him, and I later find out he's pretending to feel it, and he's like on the swing, he's like, this is so cool, man, oh my god, he's like rubbing himself and shit, and then and I was like, hey, my boy just called, he wants me to go over to his place, are you good, like are you cool right now, like, and he was like, yeah man, I'm fine dude, I'm having a great time. I'm like, all right man, I'll see ya, call me if you need anything, but like, you good? And I like told his brother, I'm like, hey, just like keep an eye on him. So I fucking leave, drive like 30 minutes away, and he calls, and it had finally actually hit him, because like there was no way he was feeling anything before, because for one, it just didn't make sense what he was doing. And then he calls, and he's like crying and like freaking the fuck out, and he's like, dude, what did you give me? What the fuck did you give me, dude? Oh my god, dude, I'm gonna call the police. I'm like, don't call the police. He's like, no, I'm gonna call the police. I'm not gonna say that you gave it to me, but I need to go to the hospital. I'm like, I'm like, Kendall, you don't need to go to the hospital. You're fine. It's okay. I'm like trying to calm him down, and then he started talking shit about me. So then I started fucking with him. I was like, wait, are you like seeing things? He was like, yeah, man, like everything's like wavy and like things are dripping and shit. And I'm like, dude, you need to go to the hospital. And he fucking went to the hospital, and like his parents were fucking pissed at him because he was in the hospital, and they drove him to the hospital. And I kind of fucked his shit up because he was like being mean to me, just being disrespectful. Because he was being mean to me. He's being mean to me, so I got him in trouble.
Yeah, I don't know. Drugs are weird, man.
Drugs are weird. You heard about Juice WRLD? Yeah. You had to have.
I only heard from it because of where I work. Someone told me.
Me.
Garrett.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to talk to him about that. That'll be. But Joyner Lucas comes back into this conversation because it has something to do with Juice WRLD. Joyner, I think it was like, I want to say like either a day after or 2 days after, something like that. Pretty recently after the death, and the death was like not even a week ago. Joyner tweeted out, and this is why I kind of don't like him, and I didn't before just because the latest stuff he was coming out with wasn't that great, and he could have worded this tweet a lot better. What I got from it, what a bunch of other people got from it, was that because he basically, I've got some of it written down. He said, Juice World was 21. He was a product of our generation of rappers who glorified drugs and made it cool. And I'm blaming y'all for this. All that lean in pills that y'all glorify and talk about. You're teaching the kids to do it. Y'all happy now. And I'm like, it's really fucked up because at least in multiple occasions, whenever Juice WRLD was writing down his lyrics and actually recording them and like in his songs, like one of the lines, it roughly kind of translates to like, I'm not condoning this, but I'm popping and I'm drinking right now. And you're supposed to be like talking to a girl about how like fucking sad he is. He would talk about his mental problems and what he was doing to cope with them. Pretty much very rarely he was like flexing on the fact that he's downing a whole bottle of alcohol.
But that's not what the tweet was saying. The tweet wasn't saying that he was flexing it. They were
saying that he was glorifying it.
No. It says that he was a product of other people glorifying it.
He's been making music before that was really the biggest thing. He has been grouped into it because
he's
later
21. He can't be making music for that. Like,
it's been good like 5 or 6 years.
Sorry, I was just reading his comments.
Oh.
Have you guys read him at all?
Yeah, we read
It looks like fucking kid from Star Wars. You know how heinous he looks now? He's gotten like 5 DUIs and he's on like fucking, he's getting ready to go to prison.
I mean, 5 or 6 years before that, there was, I don't know, rappers have been glorifying lean and other things for a long time.
True.
What's lean?
The Purple Train.
Purple.
Just codeine and Sprite.
It's for
yeah, but
you guys to talk about.
I don't agree with you on that. I don't think that.
I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm saying that's what the tweet was saying, though. The tweet wasn't.
That's not how I read it. Even if I were to reread it right now, that's not what I'm saying.
You do have dyslexia.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I can't perceive words because I can't read them fast.
I mean, Nick, not you, Nick. While we're talking, can you find the tweet?
What's the tweet?
Joyner Lucas. Just type in Joyner Lucas Juice WRLD tweet.
How do you spell Joyner Lucas?
Joy.
Okay.
N-E-R. Because I got it right here, and I just still... It just seems like...
You got it? Then why am I looking it up?
I don't know, because Travis wanted
Let me see it. While you talk.
I'm blaming y'all. I don't know what to do about it when it comes to this word.
Okay, I got this. Hold on.
I just deleted it and put y'all.
Juice WRLD was 21. He was a product of our generation of rappers who glorified drugs and made it cool. So our product. How old is Joyner Lucas?
Older.
Yeah, our generation of rappers. So when Joyner Lucas, generation of rappers, that's who he's blaming. That's specifically who
he is in this generation of rappers. Not going from an age thing, but a generation of rap.
Yeah.
The generation we're in right now.
Yeah, he's so he was a product of our generation of rappers who glorified drugs and made it cool. Not once in that sentence did he say Juice WRLD glorified drugs and tried to make it cool.
That's the way that I and multiple other people.
But that's I'm not many things can I say that's wrong.
It's a perspective.
But that's wrong.
No, but it's a perspective.
But there's no context in this.
That is the tweet.
Yeah, I know, but there's no context in this paragraph that says that Juice WRLD was glorifying it. Nothing in here contextually says that he was
Nothing
glorifying.
says it, but whenever I read it, and from the only reason that I even chose to talk about it is because this is the big uproar right now. The undertone in how me and other people have perceived it and what it feels like it was being implied is that.
Well, my opinion of that is y'all are too close emotionally to the situation.
I want to say that. if no one talked about it, yeah, I'd be sad, but I wouldn't really. It's not the biggest thing in the world.
And I think I'm not saying this with you, but when someone sees a celebrity tweet, they're looking for a reason to get offended.
I can see where that could be a thing in my my side of it, because I saw the headline
Yeah.
talking about this tweet. But also there is other tweets from other artists. Like,
let's say, all right, so my dad's an alcoholic, right?
Mhm.
And I'm an alcoholic.
Yes.
Okay. You make a tweet that says, Travis, I say I died at 21. Travis was 21. He was the product of his dad's generation glorifying drugs and alcohol. I blame you for this. Are you blaming me?
It's not what it says. It's more broad. That is super specific. You said your father. If this tweet said of the past generations of music glorifying drugs and alcohol, and even getting specific with saying let's say Lil Wayne used to talk mad shit about drugs, saying this is a product of people like Lil Wayne who are always bragging about doing drugs.
But that is what he's saying indirectly. You just didn't say any names. The first name that came to mind when you read that tweet was Lil Wayne.
No.
For me.
Oh, for you.
Yes.
Oh. Well, whenever we started to get specific with it, I wouldn't say that Lil Wayne is in whenever Jonah Lucas is saying our generation. Our generation, he's not talking about his age, he's talking about the generation of music that he is in right now.
I think Lil Wayne is close enough to, his relevancy is close enough to be classified in that. It was only a couple of years ago that he stopped being relevant.
Well, no, he's still relevant now. He just came out with, like a year ago, came out with an album that was super successful in the mainstream. But he's not from our generation. He didn't blow up in this generation of like punk influenced rap.
Anyway,
like what it's turned into now.
I'm not trying to sound like a dick, and I know this is gonna piss you off when I say this.
Followed by Dick's statement.
Yep, followed by Dick's. You're wrong.
Saying that what?
Saying that he's saying that Juice WRLD was glorifying it.
I am happy to agree to disagree.
Okay. All right.
Because it's perception and how other people perceive other things.
I don't know. I think I'm trustworthy on this. I'm so disassociated from that whole topic that I think I can read it with clear eyes.
I can see your point of view, but with other people, I'm only talking about it because I saw the headline. And headlines of people that also didn't really have anything to do with it and aren't talking about and didn't even bring up like lyrical content that Juice WRLD had or talking about specifically with Juice WRLD, just saying in general about how they perceived it to be disrespectful. I think it could have been worded better. If he would have said it like how you were saying it as your example, I wouldn't see anything wrong with it. If that's what he was trying to convey, then 100% there's nothing wrong with it.
Well, if he got this, we'll move on from it after this quick bit. If he got into specifics with names, that would create more controversy.
It doesn't have to.
I don't think
it doesn't have to be with specific names. It could have just been with other rappers. I'm not saying this generation of rappers, because Juice WRLD was in this generation of rappers, so it seems like it would group him in.
Yeah, I guess maybe. That's why I hate fucking pop culture.
Why? Because it's a talking point.
Because it's so needlessly stupid.
It's a talking point that doesn't really have a reason.
Yeah, it's just yeah.
That's what I like. I like being able to talk about something for a while and no one's like, it's kind of just like hanging out and just shooting shit. Conversation pieces.
I don't know. I don't try to learn anything that doesn't affect me. I have a very ignorant mindset.
Seems about right.
I mean, like, I'll learn biology, I'll try to research string theory and all these things and spiritual practices, these things outside of myself that can affect me and that can help me grow. But fucking that shit's not gonna have any growth on my life.
I think it can be eye-opening though, whenever it's not that to be specific, not like the Joyner tweet, but with the death of Juice WRLD. It was a opioid-induced seizure.
Like, we don't fucking in our community, we don't see that enough.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I personally, in like the coming up on 2 years that I've been around recovery, I haven't seen but maybe 3 people die, which seems like it's not a lot.
Didn't he swallow them to avoid like getting caught with them? That's what someone said.
What?
That, like, he swallowed the pills to avoid getting caught with them.
I don't know about that. I didn't see it, but
That's what someone said. That like he, like to avoid getting caught, he swallowed like an inordinate amount. It wasn't just like an accident. It was like the idiot fucking swallowed like 30 pills.
damn.
Like tarded wise, they'd be like, I guess I'll just go through it. Like, and if it was like Narcos or something, it wasn't the fucking opiate that did it. It was the binder. Or
Yeah.
The binder. It was the like ibuprofen and shit. Opiates I've never heard of giving you a seizure before.
I mean, you can have. That's why I was. So like, I think with cardiac arrest, you can go into seizures.
Right, but at that point, like, so usually what happens is like 9 times out of 10, if you're ODing on an opiate, it's your lungs are shutting down first, like every single time, and then your body reacts to that. Sometimes you like if you deprive your brain of oxygen, you have a seizure, you have a stroke, what the fuck ever. But if you're just straight seizing, which is what seems like he did, like he was just started seizing, like he wasn't like. When you're getting to the point of your lungs not working, like you're not conscious for a minute, for a while. So if you just go straight to a seizure, it sounds like it was something else that was bound to a pill, which means he took a fuck ton of like Narcos or like Vicodins or perks or whatever. One of the ones that have like fucking shit in them.
Probably perks.
Would cause like Lil Wayne, I don't know how recently. I just remember hearing about it in the past life that I've lived, but it seems pretty recent. Had another seizure in a airplane from lean. Is there a binder in the promethazine cough syrup?
It's insanely unhealthy. Like the stuff that they fucking that lean or whatever. It also depends, like, because a lot of times they're getting it from like not like great areas, like they're getting it from like Mexico and shit, and like those will have like quercetin or like whatever, not quercetin, but like they'll have like DXM, fucking acetaminophen.
Woo! Let's get trippy.
A lot of other stuff, like or phenylephrine and shit, and like that stuff will like it'll cook your brain, like that will fucking give you a seizure.
So that makes sense.
Yeah, and that's what happens with like a lot of those, like there's people who are using that shit over and over again. Like it's so fucking, the active ingredient that's fucking you up is not bad for you. It's all the other shit that's not even fucking you up.
Like what is that's one thing. Lil Wayne has been sipping that lean for so long. There's no way it has any fucking effect on him.
Are we just gonna ignore that super white, sipping that lean?
Lil
Wayne's been sipping that lean for a long time.
Yeah, there's no way it has any fucking effect on him.
He's probably drinking more and more.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, you know how much lean I would have to drink when I was in like active addiction for me to like be like, yeah, this hits like an OC80.
Weren't you doing other opioids though?
Yeah.
So
I'm
so true. Yes, in your case, but I don't think that Lil Wayne is. I think he sticks with lean. Like, I assume that he smokes weed.
Lil Wayne's a pussy.
I stuck to. No, that's not true. I was gonna try and back him up by saying that I stuck to my.
Lil Wayne, be a real man. Do some fentanyl.
Don't do that, please. Your last album was great. I love "Don't Cry" with X. It was after he died. It's really emotional.
All right. Yeah, I came very ill prepared. Half of forgetting that we were doing this today, and then I tried to scramble together and get a bunch of shit together, but I couldn't.
How do you have forget? I talked to you about it all week.
Yeah.
You
Because
talked to
I
him.
had to-
You talked to him last night
Yeah.
about when you asked him when we were doing this.
But I had like 2 things that I had to do today too.
What were the 2?
Take someone to
Oh.
the airport and then help
Move.
someone move.
Yeah.
So it just like in that time frame, like it was right when I was done helping the dude move. I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing the podcast tonight, and then I was just like, oh, I don't have shit.
Pop culture is just easy to talk about because
Not
it's
for
all
me.
over. Well, whenever I couldn't think of anything else, and I just started scrolling through Facebook, and I'm like, oh, Taylor Swift? What the fuck? And I looked at that, and then that was in my mind, and then I kept scrolling.
When's her sex tape gonna be released?
I hope never.
Why?
I mean, we
I
can
don't
go watch
like
a gazelle
her.
get fucked. Giselle, like a Giselle. I don't know. Taylor Swift just looks like a
Gazelle?
Yeah, that's why I said the first time, and then he looked at me weird, and I second guessed myself. Taylor Swift looks like she should be trotting through a
She's a
plains
horse.
of Africa.
She's a horse girl.
just galloping with the rest of her fan base through the plains of Africa.
No, through the halls of
And then
of my
get
high
chased, and
school.
then get chased by a lion, and then write a song about how the lion broke her heart.
I think that's why we'll never get a sex tape, unless it's like a very well hidden camera.
Dude,
There's no
Vappening.
way.
Vappening will come again.
You think that she is allowing anybody to record her with a phone, or she's taking anything? Her whole
All it takes is one drunk night.
thing is to destroy any ex that she's had, and by destroy I mean write a song about. It's not really destroy, like that's her big thing. So I highly doubt that she would let them get anything onto her about it.
So, off topic, but
Yeah.
kind of. I blame that there are no good horror movies being made in the past year on modern feminism.
Elaborate.
Because you can't have a weak female character.
You can.
But it doesn't go over well.
No, that's no. You
Name
have
name a movie in the past year where there was a weak female character throughout the entire movie, where she didn't become strong, where she didn't like
it. I know a workaround, because if all the men were like strong and then all the women were weak, like how the older good horror movies were.
Yeah, exactly.
How they were, then it wouldn't go over well.
Yeah.
Which is understandable. But if you get a weak dude who isn't gay, that has to be talked about, because all the weak men in horror movies were gay, which is kind of
I mean,
fucked.
No, not at all.
The good ones in my book that I liked.
Mm.
I didn't really
Go watch
like any of them.
Deliverance. I'm sure they're feeling pretty weak afterwards.
80s slashers didn't always go with that trope.
I never watched
It was always
Slashers.
What horror movies
so
are you referring to?
80s slashers are like the nerds. There's the nerds, the band people.
Wait, what?
Like in 80s slashers, the
Oh,
male
it was the
nerd.
nerds that
There's
were.
the nerds, the band people, the Dungeons and Dragon players.
And that also kind of, not really, actually.
But they also
There's
like,
not a
like,
lot of discrimination against
No.
nerds.
right, but like in Jason, like the super jocks were like
The ones to die first.
He was he'd be like, "I'll save you," blah blah blah, and he just like
Yeah.
I didn't like older movies.
What
I like
movies
more
are
of
you
like
talking about?
Well,
I like ghost shit.
do you like Paranormal Activity?
No.
Fuck you. I love
Well, what
it.
ghost
like-
shit are you talking
I
about?
like,
Because that's
like-
the only good ghost movie that
No,
I
it's
know.
not.
Those, like,
No, it's
shitty
not.
Fucking early 2000s like jump scare movies.
No. Like The Witch was more of like a satanic
And I thought it was fucking
thing.
terrible.
It was amazing.
You're wrong.
They didn't use any. It was all natural lighting.
Okay.
Fucking good. And then like The Prodigy was fucking good. It had some scary shit. eerie things. I don't like a jump scare. If you can make me feel like I want to go kill myself without me ever like, oh shit. It's like the whole time, like I've got the light. I'd go and turn the lights back on because I'm like fucking scared.
I mean,
that's the shit I like.
I can just do that by taking away your meds.
Dude, did you ever see that
I
weird
haven't been
ass
on
movie?
meds for a minute.
Did you ever see that weird ass movie with weird ass movie with Nicole Kidman? Her husband dies jogging, right? Has a heart attack under a bridge. Or he gets mugged under a bridge. He dies under a bridge.
Okay.
And then this little boy shows up on her doorstep saying that he's her husband reincarnated. She's over in the movie, like, he knows all this stuff that there's no way he fucking should be able to know. So she starts to believe him. Her family starts to disassociate from her. And, like, she's, like, giving this little boy, like, baths. And, like, it's, like, it's always in the back of your mind. Is she gonna fuck this boy? Throughout the entire movie. and it turns out that, spoilers, I don't know why I'm saying that. I didn't even say the name of the movie because I can't fucking remember. The boy so the husband was cheating on the wife. He hid all this information about himself and, like, his diary and everything, and the boy found it in the park.
So is he just like a
The boy,
piece of shit kid?
Yeah.
He's just a little asshole.
Yeah. He almost got to fuck this lady.
It's not even like he's possessed or like he's just evil.
Dude, that's the first time I remember having a Y boner.
Did you get it? Wait.
I was like 9 when this came out.
Okay, so it makes more sense that you're getting a boner from seeing a little boy almost fucking a grown woman. I was thinking like last week. And you're like kind of horned up because you're thinking about this lady fucking this child. Yeah. Horned up. Brother.
Oh man, yeah. So
No, I just know that's like I just know he gets like that.
He does. It's great.
Is Katy Perry still making music?
Probably.
Double standards.
No, dude, she's kind of heinous looking now.
Double standards?
She got outed in the Me Too movement.
Really?
By females and guys.
Yeah, she was bad.
Yeah, real bad.
Real bad.
Yeah, like
Come here, pretty boy.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey bad.
Give me that.
Just without little kids.
Give me that weird.
Yeah. No, she did it females too. And like no one really, I mean, like there was a tiny bit of uproar, but not like it would if it was like fucking
still has your show, right?
Yeah, if like if Ed Sheeran, I don't know why I'm comparing the two.
Well,
but if
I have an exact thing.
But like if someone,
I have a better comparison.
If anyone said to Ed Sheeran, all these, like if like 5 people came out like, dude, he would just go around grabbing my tits and ass and dick all the time and wouldn't take no for an answer.
Do you know who Melanie Martinez is?
Yes.
Did you hear about what happened with her?
No.
Well, she's a pop. It's like quirky, like indie pop music.
Yeah. I like it.
I loved it. Like
But you don't anymore?
I have a hard time listening to it, knowing about the person
but you still like it.
Yeah, I still like it.
Yeah.
But I choose not to listen to it because I know what she's done. And this is where it's weird because this is a woman who got accused of, and I believe did something because she said that she did it, but she said that it was consensual with her best friend. For anyone who doesn't know, her best friend came out and said that she woke up in the middle of the night and Melanie was either kissing her or doing something to her that was sexual assault. And Melanie Martinez got a bunch of shit for it. Is it like why do you think that she got something for it, but then Katy Perry, there's like almost, I hadn't even heard of it.
She has a better publicist.
Yeah. Also, either way, I don't care. Either way. I can like somebody without liking the things that they've done. Kevin Spacey's a great fucking actor.
Whoa.
Who's It's a Boy?
I don't know. Why would I know?
Woo!
Woohoo!
So, like, in my mind, Kevin Spacey made great movies. I'm not gonna say, but he diddled children. I'm gonna say, and he diddled children.
Now, I feel like that's a little bit different because he already got his paycheck for whatever movie he was in. He already got that paycheck, right? An artist, someone who's creating music, they get their money from you buying it, or even on Spotify, they get paid a fraction of a penny for every stream that they get.
Okay.
That's why I choose not to listen to somebody, if it's music, listen to
But you don't know what
songs.
happened.
It's all depending on what proof they have, or
Which
what.
It sounds like neither of them have any.
There was texts, but this was years ago, so I don't entirely remember them exactly, but I was just using it as some form of example where she got a bunch of shit for it. And I don't know if she did it, but there's enough evidence for me at the time to agree.
So, like, I do believe Katy Perry probably did these things only because there's so many people that said it. I'm still going to jack off to Katy Perry.
Well, that's different because that's a... Yeah. You don't have to think about what she was...
No,
I
specifically think about it. I specifically think maybe she'll take advantage of me.
God damn it.
No, I just think that yes, we shouldn't put people who are like actual proven rapists and pedophiles and predators. We shouldn't give them a voice, right? But until it's proven, I think that we don't have to, like, entertainment's entertainment. It can entertain us. Somebody we don't like can still entertain us.
True.
Yeah.
That is true. But I'm not going to contribute to giving them money, like, from me. Like, I am giving them money.
Even if you don't, what if it's all just bullshit?
What do you mean?
What if what this woman says Melanie Martinez did is bullshit? What if it was completely consensual?
Well, then if that
if
that were to come out,
getting fucked.
If that were to come out,
but it won't. That's the thing about social media.
It won't. But
once you're branded as something in social media nowadays, even if alternative facts come out, which happened with that politician, what's his face, who was accused. He was accused by this woman. Went to a party back in like his college days. This was like 30 something years ago, and raped her, and she like never came forward. And like they did an investigation on it, and it turned out that she was lying, right? But people still call him a rapist.
Who raped you?
The politician. It was big like a couple months ago. A certain politician went to a party in his college years. He didn't even go to the party. That's what like
Brett,
that.
Yeah, Brett, whatever.
Yeah.
Kavanaugh.
Yeah, Brett Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
Kavanaugh.
If that came out and I heard about it, I personally, because it's a personal thing, I can't control what other people are doing.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's what's fucked up about it now is like he is still being called a rapist.
That is fucked up. I do believe that.
And like
completely.
Aziz Ansari, who it was just a stupid fucking date gone wrong, like is still being fucking called a predator.
If let's say, I don't know, I listen to...
And I fucking hate Aziz Ansari, right? And I'm still think it's ridiculous that he's...
I mean, yeah, because then it just goes down to you can... Yeah, I get it. You don't have to like somebody to like have their back on something.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of somebody... Let's just use... Suicide Boys, right? Say who, like, I have fucking tattoos of, so like I have that like love for them as a group of people that make music. If one of the dudes in there, I were to step outside, check Twitter, oh, he has rape allegations, I'm still probably going to listen to his music later tonight. Because right now, there's not going to be anything huge out there, that, like a lot of evidence towards or against that. Once those things start to come out, hear his side of it, hear her side of it. I make my own decision how I want to feel towards that person.
Facts don't care about your emotions. Don't you love that saying? You
Feelings.
Feelings, yeah.
They don't.
Yeah. No, they don't.
Are we gonna talk about your clothing line?
Oh yeah, I was looking in the mirror naked. I wasn't happy with what I was seeing at all. I was very discouraged about life in general.
I would be too.
And
Like if you were Travis?
And I went into my wardrobe, which is just at this time, because I just moved, was just a clothes. No, I'm not even gonna bullshit. It's not because I just moved. It's just a clothes hamper. That's my wardrobe. That's what it has. Yeah, that's all my wardrobe in it. And I'm looking through shirts. I'm looking at the sizes. And I'm like, no, I put on one. I was like, wow, this fit me 2 weeks ago. Does not now. And I said it was because of the washer. Anyway, I find this shirt, which I haven't worn in years because I thought it was a different shirt from Hollister when I was in high school. They look the same, but it's not. This shirt belongs to a dead person. And happened to be a dad. And anyway, I put it on, and because it's a polo, when I put my pants on, it automatically tucked into the pants. And I was like, I'm just going to roll with it. And I tightened my belt, I looked in the mirror, I was like, I don't look as fucking hideous anymore. So I decided that it's never going to fucking happen. But I decided in that moment that I'm going to create a clothing line for dad bods.
I think it definitely is a look.
Yeah. I mean,
like, I would go as far, for one, like, yes, you should dress to, even if me and you are the same weight and same body type, we couldn't wear the same things. It's just every person, they have their own style that they have to find, and it generally matches.
Generally. There's no R in that. Yeah, there is.
I was like, wait, what?
I was thinking genuinely.
Nice. But no, it is a look. I like the if anybody wants to cop this style, it's a polo shirt tucked in. Are you wearing a belt?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, tucked into your jeans.
It's a beaten belt.
Tucked into your are those boot cut? There's probably boot cut.
Yeah, they are.
The most basic kind of fucking jeans you could wear.
Mm-hmm.
Boot cut, tucked in, wearing a belt.
They're elastic.
And that's even better. That's even more fucking dad. And this is the most important part. You have to wear slip-on slippers, no socks, in December, in a cold part of the state. You have to. That's like the most important part. If you really want to tie the whole look together, it's got to be that. No socks.
Because it's like you're trying from the ankles above.
Well, why not socks? Like,
I'm doing laundry.
But still, at that point, you gotta throw something on.
No, they're all in the wash. All
of
socks?
them?
Yes.
You haven't worn socks at all today?
No.
You moved
In these.
furniture in those?
Yeah.
Travis, what the fuck?
I moved furniture in pajama pants, my camouflage jacket, and an octopus garden shirt. And slip-ons.
Nice.
Morgan took my sex toys.
See, like
Every time I think about that.
Yeah, I mean, you said that at the beginning, and I just tried to just breeze past it. I kind of just like snickered a little bit and then kept talking about what I was talking about. But let's get into it.
Every time I think about that, I get super bummed out.
Why do you need them?
In case I want to do the sex.
Why do you have to have a fucking paddle? You can find things laying around the house.
It's more than just a paddle. It's more. Sentimental value, things that the paddle have been on.
Didn't you just buy it?
No. No, so it was the harnesses that we got, me and him. This guy. And
I didn't buy it from him because he didn't have his ID.
no, I did. It's just expired. Yeah.
They go in and take pictures of it and be like, is this the one you want? I had to figure out what size cock ring he
Yeah,
had.
my cock rings.
What size? How do they measure size? Size of the cock ring?
Don't. It's like small, medium. Fits both your dick and your balls. So
Like
it's
the
That
two
one was
sections?
that one. No, that one was way too small, by the way.
Like the sections?
Yeah,
Minimum small?
yeah. I couldn't get it around my balls at all.
Where like it's two sections, or it's one that's bigger, so it goes on the whole thing.
No, two different ones.
Oh, two different ones.
Oh, no. Are you talking about one that goes around both dick and balls?
Yeah.
That's just one big one.
Oh, okay. Because I've seen ones that are. It's like that. It's like you put your dick through there, and then that also, and it's connected.
So.
That's more of a kink thing. That's chastity.
No, chastity is like the cage that goes all the way around.
Oh, okay.
This is just two circles
Oh, okay.
that fits around the dick.
Anyway,
and
yeah.
balls.
So, this was her rope, but I claimed it, and she said that she was gonna give it to me. 16. No, it was more than that. It was probably like a 24-foot rope.
Is it like rope, right?
No, it's specifically meant for.
Oh, okay. It's like not
Bondage.
abrasive.
No, yeah. It's not abrasive. Yeah, it's got a coating on the outside of it and everything. So the harness, the horse paddle.
I just used a white boat rope. I was same thing. It's smooth.
Yeah,
Boat rope. I think you said
that's
boat
too thick
row.
for me. Cause like I like the skin. Like I like it to almost be like so like have that much space in between where I'm tying it, and then the skin pop out.
Yeah.
And then the boat rope's just too thick to do that.
The boat rope is a great whip though too.
Yeah.
God, I'm so fucking vanilla.
Yeah.
Like I'm sitting here and just like,
You're not.
what?
Like when it comes to like.
Sex?
He just does it laying down. Missionary.
No. I mean, wait. What? I thought missionary was just like, she's there on bottom and you're on top.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's it's different, but it's just like it's all just different positions. Nothing's like crazy.
Right. But you're not. So just your preferences alone make you not vanilla though. You know that, right?
Yeah, but I get whenever it comes to the act of sex, pretty vanilla.
I have to poop.
Sure.
All that is involved is
I
a
would say-
hole and a condom.
Right. I say in 10, 15 years time, totally. But regardless of how progressive you think you
Yeah.
are, people are, you're still like you're still on the fringe.
Yeah, right now it's pretty.
Yeah. You're still totally on the fringe. Just from preference alone. But yeah, I mean, it really is what's a hole in condom. That's kind of how awful that is. As awful as that is, that's how I see it as well.
But he's always trying to. He was giving me like straight up.
I wanted him to try it.
Like
It's great.
2 days ago, he was giving me like he was like doing it on my arm to show me how to
At work.
at work
Yeah.
to how to
I
choke.
want to walk in on that, like not know you guys.
He's like holding my arm. He's like, now you want to kind of squeeze from the sides, and then what I like to do.
I went in depth.
he's like, what I like to do, so you're not like choking her. You'll be kind of squeezing, and then you'll go in for it, and then you'll like go under the trachea,
No, above the trachea, and then push down.
and then push down.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So it's this motion. You go up above the trachea, like right up to the jawline, and then you angle your hand down and go above the trachea, and then. So
I don't even know how this came to be a topic.
Because otherwise it just hurts.
Yeah.
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 Like I think I was playing Rocket League on my Switch, and you just randomly like, hey,
That's such an innocent thing to be doing.
I know, right? And then just like, hey
You're
Nick,
basically- You're playing soccer with cars. And
hey
he's
Nick,
like,
you want to know how to choke?
Yeah, you want to learn how to choke a human?
That's how most of our fucking days at work go.
Oh man, it was getting weird that night. It gets weird like around like 5:30 mark when I start getting like manic. That's when like my mania starts coming out. Is when like shit starts getting That's when shit starts getting weird when we work together.
It's usually just you.
I don't think it's weird, dude.
Like I'm sitting at the back of the store, completely away from you, like complete other sides of the room, and he like would just stand up and just like, you know what, fuck the cameras, and just start like beelining it to me, and I'm like terrified.
That's what I did. He was on the other side of the store sitting down. No, he was standing up.
Supposed to be separated?
No,
we just were.
yeah. And he was standing up, and I'm just like, it's been like, I don't know, 30 minutes. We haven't really said anything.
Yeah.
And I just stand up, look at him, and go, fuck the cameras, and just fucking beeline towards him.
And I'm like, is he about to fucking like fight me, kiss me? Like, what is about to happen? And he just like walks up, and I get really anxious. Like, he just triggered a panic attack, and I just like fucking recoil.
Yeah, he did. He just,
like,
he
no,
just
no, no,
recoiled
no, no,
and
no, no.
froze.
And he just like fucking grabs me and gives me a fucking hug and like rubs me with his hand.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
and then I start turning my head slowly towards his ear.
And I'm like freaking the fuck out. And then finally he lets go and goes back and sits down and then doesn't talk to me for another 30 minutes.
That's assault.
It was a hug.
Oh man.
So Greta Thunberg.
Yes.
Settle on front of time.
Yeah.
Has it been 2 years yet?
Person of the year, isn't it? I think she got a title.
Yep.
Nick, stop with your fucking disgruntlement. This guy didn't even hear what I said.
Yeah,
Oh.
he did. He probably chose to ignore it. Like I tried to.
I won't let you.
Yeah, she got person of the year.
That's honestly great. Because really in this year, it seems like the biggest thing has been politics with people.
I mean, she's an
being
autistic
important.
toddler who rode a boat. And started screaming at people.
Let's be. I can't do a Donald Trump voice. Let's be clear. I can't do it. He just does this with his hands, though.
You like thought about it and then just
Are
spoke
you
normally.
doing the blood sign? Like I don't get it. What's happening?
Donald Trump, when he's like, so he'll be sitting at the podium and he's always like leaning over a little bit, and then when like he gets riled up, he'll be like, "Let's be clear. She's an autistic toddler." Everything keeps going back to Christopher Walken.
That sounded nothing like
I know, but
Christopher
it tried to come out and I forced it back down.
Walken. The thing.
The thing.
That's my favorite part about working with you is whenever
What?
because you're not good at Christopher
I was
Walken.
about to say, is that your walking?
No, that's literally like the first time we worked together. He did his Christopher Walken impression. I was like, Thing was good. Everything else was kind of garbage, but Thing was good.
So I just said thing
now
for
all that
3 hours straight. Is it Christopher Walken's voice?
It's the only good impression he has is Christopher Walken saying Thing.
See the thing. I sound like Bill Cosby.
Well, they have very similar-
Judge, I was never inside her.
I like how his voice goes like country to 11 sometimes, just on one word. You noticed it. Just,
Oh, who? Travis?
Yeah, it's like it'd be like talking, and be like, yeah, how about my die? My wife rips on him all the time.
Does she? Does she hear it?
Yeah, she makes fun of me all the time.
Oh no.
Like especially when we're watching your stuff, and she's just like,
I just love.
like she asked me like, does he know that he does that? And I was like, I don't think so.
I mean, that's how I used to talk. And then it was just beaten out of me by speech therapy.
I mean, I get that, but it's just funny how like just a word will slip out just to be country as fuck too.
They
Like
try to get you to stop speaking a country accent, southern
There's
accent.
more than that.
but like they speak. It's
I
like
had
American speech therapy.
I had speech impediment.
Okay. All right.
And I had the country accent, and when you go to speech therapy, they teach you like correct pronunciation and all this. So and I
Okay.
was in it for so long that it was just.
I get that because I used to have a speech impediment and I had to go to the classes.
Dude,
and I
until-
think I had a country accent before that. Or
I
a
remember
southern
I
accent before
learned
that.
how to say sex in the 8th grade.
What was your speech impediment?
I couldn't say my S's, T's, R's, or EK's, EX's.
You couldn't say them?
Yeah.
Like, what would they come out as? If you were to say sex.
Sex?
Yeah.
Sets.
Sets.
Well,
you're saying the S.
Huh?
You're saying the S.
Yeah, so, like, it's like, followed by other things. So, like, yeah.
I couldn't say my R's.
Yeah, same. That was a big one.
That was, like, the only
My
problem
R's were replaced with W's.
Yeah, same. In my, my elementary school.
Chinese.
So my elementary school, I would be sitting at the lunch table, and they would.
Was that your throwback?
I don't know.
And
were you shouting out to the Chinese, like in general? Hey, shout out to Chinese.
Oh yeah, you wanted to be done by 9:30.
Yeah.
He's got a date.
Yeah.
Date.
Yeah.
Is it? Did you make sure that her dad doesn't know about it this time?
No. I didn't really feel like shit.
Quit dating high schoolers. You'll be good.
I don't think she's in high school.
Is this Tinder or what?
Yeah, Tinder. My ex-girlfriend. I just looked, and my ex-girlfriend said that she's in Asheville.
So, give her my number.
Bitch.
So I learned on Tinder. Quick life hack: if you set your preferences to everyone, so boys and guys, and even if you're not into guys, boys and guys. Even if you're not into guys, there'll be boys. So guys and girls
and everything in between.
and even if you're not into,
I didn't know that actually was a filter.
even if you're not in, God damn it.
There's men, women, and everyone. So everyone has everyone.
Yeah. So even if you're not into everyone and you're only into women, if you swipe no on everyone but the women, you get much more matches with the women. I don't know why. I've been doing it for the past 3 days. And, yeah.
Cool.
It just looks much more gimp than usual.
It's not great.
No.
Alright.
I need to quit using it as my talking hand.
No, you need to continue. It's funny.
Alright, so Nick's got to go because he's a little bitch.
Yep.
I'm just joking, Nick. Oh.
No, I was agreeing.
Okay. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, all 4 of the people that came. Shout out to the Chinese, and it's your boy 646. I sound like just a douchebag. Change your name. Sorry. Keep coming back. I love you, buddy.
Do you know who it is?
No. I think it's a random guy who just found his way here.
Cool.
Do you have tags?
Wow. Concurrent viewers 0.
Yeah. I don't know what concurrent means.
I think my mom might have watched it or something.
I don't know what concurrent means.
I don't know. But
yeah, so thanks for dropping in. We will be here next week, probably Thursday again. Wednesday or Thursday. One of the two. Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday. We'll be here Thursday around the same time.
Yep.
Latest.
Night.